I'd like to read into the record the open meeting law in accordance with Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, signed by Governor Charles D. Baker on June 16, 2021, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Chapter 30A, Section 20, the Board of License Commissioners will convene via remote conferencing services on Tuesday, October 26, 2021 at 4 p.m., airing on Quincy Access Television, QATV, on channel QATV 9, Government Access. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Susan, if you could please call the roll.
Yes. Commissioner Castley.
Present.
Director Duca.
Present.
Chief Jackson.
Present.
Chief Keenan.
Present.
Chair Crispo.
Present.
5 members.
Thank you. We have a full board this evening, so I would like to get to agenda item number 1. This agenda item is being continued to the hearing scheduled for November 9th, 2021, at the request of the applicant. Items will be heard on this hearing in 2 weeks, on, again, November 9th. Thank you. Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Montclair North Quincy High PTO for a special use permit for the Holiday Shopping Expo at North Quincy High on Saturday, November 13th, 2021, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be food trucks at the event, and Amy Galliano is here. Hi, Amy. How are you? Why don't you tell us about your event?
I'm well, thank you. So the Holiday Shopping Expo has been going on with the Montclair School. This will be, I believe, its 9th season doing it. We didn't get to do it last year due to COVID. In the 2019 season, there was over 2,500 shoppers with about 100 vendors, making it a really great event. This year, we're looking hopefully to repeat the same amount of vendors and shoppers. We are asking for the special variance to be held at North Quincy High School. We will need the front parking lot area for the food trucks, which is where we would like them to be placed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any concerns by anyone on the Zoom call about the Montclair North Quincy High PTO for a special use permit November 13th from 10 to 4? Seeing none. Board members, Commissioner Castley.
Thank you. Just a quick question. Do you have a list of the food trucks, or are you still working?
I do. Oh, no, I do. They've already signed their contracts, and all 3 of them are signed, all permitted with the city already. We have, give me a sec, South Shore Taco Guy. We have Moms on the Go, and we have Lolly Jolly Waffles.
Perfect. And the last question is, have you talked to the school department regarding masks in the high school?
Masks will be required by everybody entering the expo. We do plan on having signs, and we are making sure that it is advertised as such.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns from any board members? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Montclair North Quincy High PTO for a special use permit for a holiday shopping expo at North Quincy High School on Saturday, November 13th, 2021, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be food trucks at the event represented by Amy Galliano.
Second on the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 You're all set, Amy. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good
Have a
luck.
great day.
You
You
too.
too. Next is agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit, 1-day liquor license for an after hours at the Crane on Friday, December 3rd from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Refreshments will be provided by Townsend and JP Fuji Group and Casual Cup Cafe. Christy Lockhart. Is Christy-
Everybody.
Oh, hi, Christy. How are you?
Good.
Why
How
don't
you
you
doing?
tell us about your event?
Sure. So this is a continuation of a series that we had started pre-COVID. We've had a number of these, which is sort of after the library closes on a Friday night. We do sort of a special after-hours event in which we have the refreshments provided by local businesses. We usually have some sort of fun activity. This time it's going to be a murder mystery scavenger hunt in an effort to make sure people sort of spread out as much as we can make them. And, you know, there's a band, and it's just sort of an opportunity, particularly for, we're hoping this time, some of the new residents in the area who've moved in during COVID and have maybe never set foot in the library to kind of meet us and get to know us. So that's sort of the purpose of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions, concerns from anyone on the Zoom call?
From John Rodefield, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. John?
Hey, thank you. John Rodefield, 62 Grenwall Road. My question is, do they pay money to the city to rent the library, or do they get to use it for free?
Well, it's a library event. So like the library is running the event. So it's not, you know, we're paying the vendors to provide the refreshments, but the library is running the event.
So the answer would be no.
So we're organizing the event, the library ourselves. It's just like any event that we do when we're open normally.
The library is hosting, John.
Well, I mean, I thought she had testified that the library was closed. It's after it closes.
Yes, but it's still like a library program. So I should say we're closed to the borrowing of books, but we're open for the program.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've spoken on this before because I remember, you know, they've come up and they've requested. It's basically you're turning the library into sort of a bar room for one night. And I was in the past maybe thought it was okay, but considering with what's happened with COVID and everything, and considering the fact that, you know, the libraries have been open, we're having trouble opening up the libraries, especially the one in North Quincy and the one in Wallerston. I'm not for having people publicly, you know, turning the library into a bar room. I don't really think people should be consuming alcohol inside a public library. So, you know, for that reason, I mean, I'd be for the event, but just without alcohol. I just don't think alcohol should be served in a public library. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, concerns from anyone on the Zoom call? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? Commissioner Castley?
Hopefully Jay is okay over there.
I know.
Just one question. I know Casual Cup was originally supposed to go into the library, and they continue to do the one-day events. I don't believe that they have a temporary permit with us, so that's just something that Casual Cup would need to apply for.
Yeah, so I think she's been in the process because they have one
Okay.
for their Braintree location. They are still, unfortunately, because we were hoping they'd be open by now in the library, but she's having the same staffing issues, unfortunately, that I think everyone is having. But I know she has been in the process of getting it, but we would make sure that she did before the event took place. Otherwise, you know, unfortunately, we wouldn't include her. She's doing the desserts. So if that was the case, we would just not have desserts.
Perfect.
Any other questions, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit one-day liquor license for after hours at the Crane on Friday, December 3rd from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Refreshments provided by the Townshend, JP Fuji Group, and Casual Cup Cafe, represented by Christy Lockhart.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Christy, you're all set. Enjoy.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good luck.
Next is agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of Quincy Hungry Tummy Inc. for a common victual license for the premise located at 35 Franklin Street. Quincy Hungry Tummy, currently located at 103 Franklin Street, is seeking to expand their operation. Ramaxan Bittencourt is here on behalf of Quincy Yummy Tummy. Hi, why don't you tell us what your plans are?
No, hi everybody. I'm here, 103. It's a small place, and I have opportunity to get a little bigger. So I wanna do if you guys let me do it, nice family restaurant down there. Open face kitchen, nice, and tables, because here I don't have no tables. So I wanna do, I already have so many good customers. I do a good job, I think. I do this for 20 years. And I want to expand my business if I can. It's my purpose.
Thank you. Any questions, concerns from anyone on the Zoom call regarding Quincy Hungry Tummy Inc.?
Don't see anything. John, is that your hand still up from? Yep. Oh, no.
Okay.
Yep, he's
this one
gone.
down. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, board members, any questions, concerns? Commissioner
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a question. I know it's a small location there, and you'll need a dumpster. Any idea where you're putting the dumpster? Because I drove by today, and you have a pretty small lot with residential in the back.
Yes, it have a hallway on the side, the builder, it's like a hallway where you have 2 doors. So we're gonna put two on top of the rims, a dumpster, and it's like a hallway there. I don't know if you see it.
Okay, we can definitely take a look, but we just need to make sure that it's enclosed, covers are on at all times. That's one of the biggest important things, and that it's baited, of course.
Okay.
I got a
Thank you.
question on that, Molly. Is it a dumpster?
What was that?
Was it an actual dumpster that they have there? Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah, we just want to make sure that it's fenced, because we have residential units in the back there. They've already actually called regarding this. So we just want to make sure that it's fenced, covers are at all times, and baited. I think that those are the biggest concerns in that area.
So I have, the one I have here, is always covered, always I do a nice cleanup, and I never have a complaint. And it's still, the big house is very close to the dumpster. So, for almost 3 years, I never people complain about it. Always they come on time. Always they do, always clean it. I try to do the best I can to, do it, make everything nice, look nice and clean, and all the rules. So
yeah, I totally understand, and again, we're not saying that you're not, but we just want to make sure that this is prevented in the future going forward. That's all. Just preventative work on your end to prevent complaints. That's all.
Let me ask a question too. Are you going to use the same company that you're presently using?
yes.
So you have a relationship with them. My concern is that they pick up the dumpster too early, and it bothers some of the neighbors. So if we could just make sure that the company doesn't pick the dumpster up until after 8 or 8:30 in the morning, so they're not waking people at 4 in the morning. We get that quite frequently. So
Okay. Because
you.
I think that anyways that dam stay on to push it to, you know, it gonna come out to the street, and you know, in the truck take like this. So it's a little different than ones, the big ones sometimes make a lot of noise. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
gonna be, I think it, you know, I gonna be good.
Yeah, just looking to avoid a problem going forward. But thank you.
Thank
Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Quincy Hungry Tummy Inc. for a common victualler license for the premises located at 35 Franklin Street. Quincy Hungry Tummy, currently located at 103 Franklin Street, is seeking to expand their operation, represented by Grimaxon Bittencourt.
Second on the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna see you guys there when I open. Thank you.
Agenda
Look.
item number 5. Hearing regarding the request of LCM Food Services LLC doing business as Spittoose Steakhouse for an all alcohol beverage restaurant license for the premise located at 35 Independence Ave. Proposed manager Rabino Keller Aguilar. Spittoose is an existing family-style Brazilian steakhouse seeking a liquor license. Hours of operation are to remain the same from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. I would like to give Spittoose.
I'm the one that's going to be speaking on their behalf.
Oh, okay.
Karina Silva.
Karina Silva, could you just give your name and address for the record?
Sure. It's Karina Silva. I'm from Kingston, Massachusetts, and I am the accountant and I do insurance broker for LMC Steakhouse.
Okay, can you tell us what's going to go on at the operation at 35 Independence Ave? Changes? Are there any changes?
No, the only change that they're proposing is they're going to build a small bar, but it's nothing like it's going to have like 4 seats at the bar station. It's more to introduce drinks. If you've been there, you know it's a steakhouse or Brazilian steakhouse. You usually accompanied by beer. You like to have your drinks, you know, with your food. It's more of a complement and making it whole for family. A little bit of history on Rubiano and Wagmar. They do own Rio's Steakhouse in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They have been owning that same location for the past 12 or 15 years, and they have a full liquor license at that location. So what they're looking really is to have the same effect and on the community to experience the whole steakhouse experience by being able to offer beer and wine with your food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions, concerns by anybody on the call?
Yeah, Alan Jenkins. My company is J.M. Jenkins Realty, and I'm in a butter to this particular property. I have 2 businesses there. I've talked to both of them. They have absolutely no problem with the people having a liquor license at the time of their opening. We share a common driveway, and I've talked to the owner of the business, and I think that there's no problem with this at all as far as I'm concerned. This is not as we had before in that same property. We had a sports bar that went on for all hours of the night and aggravated everybody around. It's in, on one side, it's a residential area, and I don't know about them, but I think that from the business side of the area, that's me, and I think it would add business to Spittoose and also enhance it would enhance the drawing attraction to that particular area, Quincy, and upgrade and give some activity to that area. I'm in favor of it. As an abutter, I'm very much in favor of it.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns regarding Spittoose Steakhouse?
On Rhodafield?
Oh.
I think.
John?
Thank you. And John Orderfield. I was just reading through some of the Google reviews, and one of the things I'm a little bit concerned of, if you're going to introduce alcohol and liquor, is to make sure the service people who are working in service are trained. So, I want to make sure everyone is tip certified there who's going to be serving alcohol, and I want to make sure that, obviously a restaurant that doesn't serve alcohol, you're not going to have rowdy people coming out of the place afterwards. But, once they introduce alcohol, the people will get a little bit more rowdy. I just, I would suggest to the people on the board to go through some of the Google reviews. And, I'm not sure from what I'm reading if the business had changed hands, if there's new owners or something, if the people have owned it the whole time. But the bottom line, if they are going to be serving alcohol, we have to make sure there's people there that are trained to serve and pour the alcohol. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any other?
No, do I respond or?
No, you don't have to respond. Thank you. Unless, one of our board members have questions regarding Mr. Rhodafield's concerns or their of Spittoose itself.
We'll have Lieutenant Turowski pay them a visit, meet with them prior to them opening up so that everybody's on the same page as to how the alcohol will be handled and served. Lieutenant Turowski is our licensed premise inspector, our liquor inspector. So I'll have him go down and pop in and have a visit with you.
Thank you, Chief Keenan.
Madam Chair, if I could just make a comment, please.
Certainly, of course, Chief Joe Jackson.
I believe our fire prevention office, I think it was Inspector Wong, was in touch with the owner of this establishment just today, so he's aware of it. They have a number of items that need to be taken care of in order to be brought up to compliance. So if you see fit, I was wondering if we were going to issue this license, if it could be contingent upon them taking care of these issues.
Of course. Any other questions, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of LCM Food Service LLC DBA Spittoose Steakhouse for an all alcoholic beverages restaurant license for the premises located at 35 Independence Ave. Proposed manager is Robiano Keeler Aguiar. Spittoose is an existing family-style Brazilian steakhouse seeking a liquor license. Hours of operation to remain the same from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is contingent upon a final inspection and approval by the Quincy Fire Department, represented by Karina Silva.
Second on the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're all set, contingent upon the fire department. Thank you. Next is agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of Packing Center, Inc., doing business as Stop and Shop for a change of offices and directors for the supermarket wine and malt beverage license at 65 Newport Ave. Attorney Eugene Richard. Hello, attorney. Why don't you tell us what's happening there at the Stop and Shop on Newport Ave?
Yes, thank you. This is some corporate housekeeping, so to speak. We're seeking approval of a change of officers and directors for the package store wine and malt beverages license at the Stop and Shop on Newport Avenue. There's no change in ownership. There should be no change in operations as a result of these changes. Specifically, what we're asking is that Jeff Deschel be approved as treasurer, secretary, and a director. He's replacing Mark Messier, and Dean Wilkinson is becoming just a director. He's replacing, I believe, Stacy Wiggins. But in any event, the new lineup would be President Gordon Reed, who is the incumbent, then Treasurer and Secretary Mr. Deschel, and the three directors would be Robert Yeager, who is currently a director, and then Dean Wilkinson and Jeff Deschel. So we ask for approval of those changes.
Thank you very much. Any questions, concerns from anyone on the Zoom call? Seeing none. Board members? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Packaging Center, Inc., DBA Stop and Shop, for a change of officers and directors as spelled out by the attorney in the previous testimony on the supermarket wines and malt beverages license at 65 Newport Ave, represented by attorney Eugene Richard.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You are all set. Thank
Very
you,
good.
Mr.
Thank you.
Richard.
Thank you.
That does conclude the regularly scheduled agenda. I would like to look for a motion to accept the minutes from the October 12th, 2021 hearing and waive the reading.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And our next hearing will be on November 9th, 2021. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.